everyone, and welcome to the Claude E. Weber Memorial Cup for 2021. Once again, for the second year in a row, we are needing to run this tournament online, and we are delighted to have you all here with us. So, without further ado, let's get started. My name is Oshino Sharkwood, and I am the Chief Tournament Director for this tournament. I'd like to thank everybody, first of all, for their patience and for all of the help that I've gotten from the entire chess community in getting this tournament to you. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when you get this email, this is the email that you should have gotten this video in. So once you get this email, is make sure that you have joined the Weber Cup Tournament Club. So right here, if you click on Join Weber Cup Tournament Club, it should open up for you. It might even give you a login to join, right? So log in to join, put in your username, right? And log in. It'll open it right up for you to the Weber Cup section right here, and you should have a join link. As you can see, I've already joined, so if you have not, click on the join link and it'll welcome you in. I can see there's a bunch of members there a bunch of people here that I have to accept still. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to do. If you are not in this club, and there's a as you can see, there's only 32 in this club right now, and there's a bunch of players in this tournament that still haven't joined here, so make sure that's the first thing you do. In fact, pause this video right now. Why don't you do that right now? Click on that link there and go ahead and do that. I'll wait. Excellent. So hopefully you took a few seconds, you went in, you joined the Weber Cup Tournament Club. I'll be in there shortly, and I'll make sure to verify you, so you'll be all set and ready to go before the tournament begins on Saturday morning. But don't leave that to the last minute. Make sure that you've done it early. Okay, the tournament will start promptly at 9 a.m. It will not delay for anybody. It is scheduled on chess.com. There's nothing we can do about that. If you are not sitting at your board or sitting at your computer at 9 a.m. logged into your tournament, it will start without you. And of course, you'll miss out on at least the first round, if not subsequent rounds. So make sure that you're sitting there at 9 a.m. So how do I actually get there? Board numbers are finalized. Here's what it looks like. I'll explain this along the way. Here's your player lists. You click here to join your section right here in the player list. So go ahead and click on that. I'm opening it up in a separate window so I can see what it looks like from your perspective. Okay, so here's what it looks like from your perspective. It should open up in the team standings, right? You can see here for high school K8 and K5, it's all set up here. Before I start, let's look at the open section. In the open section, this is open still until Friday evening. So if you still want to join the open section and you are not a Scholastic player, by all means, email me directly. The form is now closed, right? So the open section, click right here to play. You'll see the link pop up, and it will direct you straight into the live chess. And here's the tournament ready to go. Registrations begin 1 hour before the event starts. You will need to click on the join button to get into that. Okay, let's go back to here. Right, there is a Zoom link here. This is the main Zoom link for the entire tournament. There's other Zoom links for the sections. I'll show you those as we go along. This is the Zoom link to join. If you have any questions, it'll be open from 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. So make sure that you check in there if you've got any questions. All right, please make sure that you are doing this early on Saturday morning and be sitting at your board by 8:45 at the latest. That way you can be sure that nothing goes wrong for you. Okay, moving on to high school. High school players, check this out. Okay, so this is for high school players here, right? You can see that you've been categorized by board number. There is one small change in the high school section, so just be aware of this, and I'll let you know. Okay, so the first thing is board 1. If you are one of these players here, Ben Mock, Tommy Owen, Isaac Dinnerstein, Zach Brislin, or Regan Basong, click here to play. All right, click right there, click on the link. It'll open it right up for you, and you can join it right there. Make sure you do it by 8:45. That way you're all set and ready to go for 9 a.m. start. Okay, same goes for board 2. Check your name, click here to play. right? Check your name and click here to play. One thing here, you might notice there are 4 boards and then there's a reserve section, right? And you'll see the Cape Elizabeth are here twice in the reserve section. Masalonsky are in the reserve section and are not in any of the other sections, right? The reason for this is because the board 5 had to be combined into a reserve section. The idea here is that the top scorer from each team in this section will score for their team. So only one of the Cape Elizabeth players will score in this section, whereas all the other teams will actually score towards their team in this section. Okay, so that's the only difference there. There will be the 5 boards maximum score, essentially. Right, there will be a Zoom link here by Saturday morning. It is not yet live, but there will be a Zoom link for the high school championship right there. All high school players are expected to join the Zoom link before they join their match. So, and have your video active, please. Okay, moving on to K8. So if you're a K8 player, here's what it looks like for you. Formatting still needs to be done on this one here, but you'll see once again, if you're in this top section right here, Lorenzo down through Evan Babcock, Joshua Lorenzo down through Evan Babcock. Click here to play, right? It'll open it right up for you and you get to click on your join link and you're ready to go. Okay, once again, check your name, click your appropriate board, and check your name and click your appropriate board. You'd see similar here to the high school section. There are only 3 boards that are live scoring. So every player from the first 3 boards will score towards their team. In the reserve section, the top 2 players from each team will score towards their team. Okay, so so every player is actually going to be contributing towards their team. And as you can see here, this Swiss here is going to be quite a battle. There's an average rating. The average rating there is right. It's going to be a pretty tight Swiss right there. So that's going to be an exciting match there for the K through 8 section, especially to pick up those last 2 points for every board. Okay. K5 section. K5 section has had to undergo some massive changes due to the numbers in here. So the number of schools in here was not sufficient to run a separate section for every board. There is a requirement for at least 5 players per board to run separate sections per board. And so based on the numbers, we've run some permutations to see what the average ratings look like, to see what to try and minimize the opportunity for teammates to play against one another. And so based on all of that, what we've come up with is a 2 Swiss system right here. So the top Swiss here is the top rating from every top 3 rated players from every school is in the top Swiss section, and every player in this Swiss section will score towards their team. Right? In the second Swiss section, only the top 2 players in this section will score towards their team. Okay, so there is a maximum of 3 players from any one team in the first Swiss, and the rest are in the second Swiss. So so everyone in the first Swiss will score towards their team. Only the top 2 players from each team will score towards their team in the second Swiss. So that's the way that's going to work. As the day goes on, we will post the standings on this tab right here. So make sure that this is your primary tab for everything throughout the day. If there are any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, please feel free to reach out, and we will make sure that we get all your questions all dealt with along the way. One last thing: if you do go into the Weber Cup section directly from your chess.com, all of the boards are set up here. Right? It is possible to get into any of one of the boards for here. I would suggest that you leave this for spectators, right? Leave it for spectators to go in to take a look from on these boards. And the main reason for that is that we want to make sure that if you're a player, that you are joining the correct section. These are all open sections, so anyone can join any section. We want to make sure that it does not happen. All right, so please, please, please use the spreadsheet to click and join your section. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday morning.